Good afternoon, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another live edition of Aaron Phillips' show, Aaron's Hour. I'm not in Lake Havasu. Yes, I am back in studio. And boy, I'm happy to be back after not being in studio for 2 weeks. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I've been on the road the last couple of weeks. So thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. As you can see so far, today's show, I am not sitting up here alone. Usually I feel alone. But this week I have a good friend, author, and we're going to get to talk with Lauren on the other side of the break. Lauren Tallman's joining me. How are you?
Very good, thank you. I love being back with you.
Oh my! It's been a long time, right? It was back Vegas Unwrapped back in the day with Ricky Cash.
10 years ago.
Oh, it's 10 years ago.
Yeah.
My gosh. So I promised Lauren that I would sort of try to be careful with a little bit of, oh, hey, Christina Alden's out there jumping on for a few minutes before takeoff. Oh, you're flying somewhere. So Lauren is an author that I've known for many years. Jennifer on YouTube, my friend Jennifer, aloha Aaron. See, we're in Hawaii right now. Jennifer, you're going to like the topic for some reason. I have a funny feeling you're going to like the topic that my friend Lauren here writes about. She writes about erotica. Did I say it right?
Yes.
Not erotic, but erotica. Now, some may think it's erotic. Our audience is chiming in there. You see all the applause.
Yes.
So on the desk in front of us, and we'll pop a picture up in a little bit, are her 4 books. We'll talk a little bit about them. Let my voice speak to you, and Taste the Kiss. How convenient those two are next to each other.
Boy.
My goodness gracious. I have a whole new title for a whole new book coming up. So her books, the only way, and I'm going to make this clear up front, that you can purchase a book from Lauren, Amazon inexplicably, after many years of success, kicked her off for some policy reason that has happened to many others you were sharing with me.
Many, thousands, if not millions across the world. It's a one-shot deal.
Yeah, so it's like one of those technicality things that you can't really reverse. So the only way that you can get a copy of her books, you see on the screen right now, is Lauren's Facebook page. You can message her direct. Tell her you're interested in one of, if not all of the books. I'm sure she'll give you a discount for a foursome.
Well, you get an extra book.
We get an extra book? What's the extra? Yeah, thank you, Aaron. I said foursome. You didn't even catch it. What's the extra book?
How to Have an Affair and Not Get Caught.
Oh, that was the very first book I got. How to Have an Affair and Not Get Caught. Similar to a TV show. How to Get Away with Murder and Not Be Caught.
Oh.
Well, that's not murder. I mean, I digress. Anyway, so check out Lauren's page. All of her information is there. I've got her books up here for us to show. We'll talk about them and the newest one and everything. But as always, let's get into, by the way, 702-329-6947, 1-855-502-4321. You don't even have to be Major Tom. It's been a while since I've said that line. Press the number 1 in either case and come in and talk with me, talk with Lauren, whatever you want, or just come in and say, hey, it doesn't matter. Twitter, you know how to reach us as well. YouTube, as Jennifer just messaged us, she's watching on YouTube in Hawaii with family and friends. And I don't care. Let your enemies know I'm on the air. I don't care. We'll take everybody everywhere. So, okay. So, as always, I like to start with news. This is from my producer because he likes it to hear when people win money in Vegas. He said, because I never announced his name for winning, but more people I mention, maybe it will rub off. So, this one, Las Vegas Local started their weekend last weekend, the 15th. So, that was last week. By hitting a massive jackpot last Thursday. So here you go. According to a news release from Boyd Gaming, the guest hit for $100,000 jackpot while playing IGT triple play, 5-play, 10-play machine at Aliante Casino. When I first heard this story, I thought the chief may have gotten it because this casino is sort of up in his neck of the woods, but it wasn't chief. The company says the lucky guest, identified only as Drew, was playing the machine at a $5 denomination. After placing a bet for $125, the property says Drew hit dealt a royal flush, hence receiving the jackpot for $100,000. Now, he bet $125. I don't know if that was all in one hand or that was after he had already played. Oh, Jennifer's on Facebook now, so she's on the Facebook feed. Sometimes we've read stories here, right, Aaron, where people have only put a $2 bet in their first bet and they fit for like $1 million. So I don't know if the 125 was a cumulative time or if it was just a one bet for 125, but you're heading back. Christina Alden says she's heading back to Vegas. This is why I love Chris. I'm meeting with Christina Alden. She's one of the best sort of life coaches and motivators, somebody you should probably just meet and have coffee with, Lauren. She and I are going to catch up over lunch this week. She's on her way back after delivering her keynote address in Louisville. Keynote. The only thing I can do is just deliver a key. I know nothing about notes. I can't sing worth a lick. Anyway, Rampart Casino up in my neck of the woods near Summerlin actually had a double. 2 people. I have a line going in my head, Lauren, but you may yell at me. You can chime in and say anything you want at any time. Feel free to.
I'm sitting here laughing.
No, your
Keep
mic
going.
is up. You're laughing. You're the only one. Anyway, a couple of Las Vegas Valley locals. See, this is why I like the locals are hitting. Usually I read stories about someone visiting Vegas that's hitting, right? But locals, when they win, is a good thing too, right? A couple of Las Vegas Valley locals hit it big while visiting the Rampart Casino. Spokesman for the Summerlin Resort said the first winner got $55,472 jackpot while playing Dragon Cash in the morning. A player then turned a $5 bet into $50,000 later that day by playing the Grand Progressive and a $5,000 Major Progressive. And of course, that person decided to rename anonymous. So a lot of people that must be related that are named anonymous. And then their last name must be Sources. Right? Anonymous sources. Later in the day, though, here's another one. Oh, this is the second one. I'm sorry. The first one was how the guy or person got 55 grand. So later in the day, another local named Andrew won $123,000 playing the Pie Gal Poker Progressive. I never understand the game of Pie Gal. I don't. Do you know how to play Pie Gal?
No, I usually lost my money and I turned around and walked away.
Yeah, exactly.
Cursed the machine and walked out.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
awful. That's
You know,
awful.
you got to go into these places with a mindset that you're only going to bet X amount of dollars, right?
You also have to know how to play. There are different tricks,
Sure.
There are things to do.
Now, I will say, and I'm going to give a pop to Richard DeTore, who does a show here at 6 o'clock called Full Tilt. And he does a show on how to be successful in casinos. He used to be a dealer. And he shares how to win successfully at table games and things like that and things you look for. So if you want to learn on how to be successful in, betting or playing the games, tune into his show, 6 o'clock Saturday nights.
No, that's good to know. And I have to say, because someone once gave me a tip while I was sitting there, and I made a bunch of money. And I
You
figured
did?
that's out of one tip. What could they could have told me
Jeez.
from a lot of them.
The only tip that I've really ever taken advantage of, somebody walked up to me and said, never bet on the 3-legged horse. It's a good thing I don't get paid for this gig, folks. Randy's Donuts. For all of you in California, you've probably seen that big famous donut marquee in a lot of movies. You've never seen it?
No, I don't even know who he is. What is
Well,
this?
the funny thing is the owner of Randy's not named Randy. But it's on my Facebook wall, so if you haven't seen it, the information is there. But I don't know if you can pull up the post there, Mr. Aaron. There you go. Or maybe a list of whatever movies it may be in. Right. I'm sure. That's why picture's worth
If
1,000
he pulls
words.
it out, I'll know.
Well, Aaron says when you see the picture, you'll probably recognize it. Right. So,
I've seen that in the movie.
oh, bro, that's just it. Exactly. We've seen this iconic picture in the movies. I'm trying to, when you want to think of the many movies that picture, that donut shop was in, none come to mind. But you've seen it. Everybody has seen it. So finally, Randy's Donuts has opened here in Vegas. And this is, I think, the one from California, I want to say, the one that's about to pop up on your screen there for those who don't know. They just opened one here in Vegas.
Aren't they going to? I think they're just
No,
opening.
they just opened. No, they just did
they
open.
They made it?
Rainbow and Sahara, roughly. But here's the thing. You ready for this? Randy's Donuts said the Las Vegas spot will be open 24 hours. However, now it said they will only operate from 5:30 a.m. until it sells out. Interesting. Why? Because the day they opened this week, they've been in business for 70 years. The company says it sold over 10,000 homemade donuts each day since
Here?
opening in Las Vegas.
Really?
Boring.
I know. Well,
Fattening.
cops will be happy with that. But anyway, Matt Mullen, one of my co-hosts, tried to. And
You
Aaron,
know, one day honest citizens are going to stand up to you crooked cops.
They are.
and pay him
Oh, no.
donuts.
Can
Aaron-
I set a date?
Aaron used to be a police officer in Canada, by the way. So I can say that.
Oh, so I can't tell some stuff? Okay.
Well, sure you can.
Oh, okay.
Why?
No, okay.
Only 1 million people are listening. Who's going to know? Who's going to
Okay.
know? You can
Okay.
tell it between friends.
Oh, yeah, they can find me, Lauren Tolman, anywhere
That's
you go.
right. That's right. Like Aaron Phillips. Anyway, so they sold out like that. And Matt Mullen from Thoughts Count Anywhere mentioned that the line to get in there was like all the way out on the street, wrapped around. It's like when what's that burger joint that everybody loves? I'm blanking on it right now. But when those new ones open up, I could see it, and I know someone's going to jump in there. These new places open, lines form forever.
I wouldn't wait for a guy that long.
Chick-fil-A, that's a place I'm thinking.
I wouldn't wait for a guy that long.
You would. She wouldn't wait for a guy that long. Wow. Well, you don't need to. You are. Hi, Dana Day. Thank you for chiming in.
Chick-fil-A's not burgers.
No, I noticed. I know. Thank you, smart ass. But burgers was the first thing that came to mind because Chick-fil-A is like a
Chicken.
burger joint
No.
because of the
chicken.
drive-through and everything, right?
Chicken.
I personally, I don't know what all the fever is about Chick-fil-A sandwiches, but I had them. I mean, they're okay.
Yeah, I never had one. Yeah.
You never had
Good.
one?
No.
No, but to make them kosher, I have to eat them right to left. Oh, you like that one, did you? Okay, so here's the next story. Jennifer says, my friend who live streams wore a Randy costume, and the manager found him some donuts for free. Found him and gave him some. Well, that's good.
Oh, nice.
All right, now you give me an idea for Halloween. Frank Pizarro, my good buddy. Frank Pizarro, firefightermemorialtransport.org. As you see here, I don't know if you can get a shot. I don't know what's the best camera to do this, Mr. Producer. I've got the patch on my left shoulder. There you go. That's the organization right now, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to do something great for our community and as well as the country, firefightermemorialtransport.org from Frank Pizarro. We appreciate it. Check it out. He's doing something. Good morning, Hillary on Twitter. Good morning. Did you know you've been a resident of Vegas now for how long?
Almost 16 years.
So did you know that the state of Nevada is the only state that does not have a firefighters museum? Did you know that? Obviously
No, it has
not.
every other museum.
There's every other museum, right? But there's also every other state in the union has a museum to its firefighters.
Why not?
So that's a good question. Why not?
Yeah.
Because you know why? They waited for Frank Pizarro to come here from New York. Frank is a retired New York firefighter. He served in military as well. So he was at 9/11, supporting his fellow firefighters and the folks in New York. And so he came out here, and there's a fire truck, that when a fallen firefighter is buried, they give him the last ride on the top of a fire truck.
Really?
And it's called a caisson. It's retrofitted. Obviously, they take all the hoses off and stuff, but there's a lift, and they put the casket on top, the whole thing. Old Tappan, New Jersey, my home state, donated a fire truck to Frank about a year and a half or so. He has thus far spent about $30,000 out of pocket to retrofit this to honor our firefighters. It's something that he intends to really make available for any state in the union. And I saw it in action a couple of weeks ago of a fallen firefighter. He was former firefighter, retired. He was 80-something. And it's on my Facebook page. You can go to the RJ. You can look it up. You can type in, again, go to the website. So I've unofficially dabbed myself as his ambassador because I love it. I love the idea, and I talk about it all, which is why I have this on today so that we can get a little pop. So October 1st, Celebrity Grudge Match, which I'm involved with, which I MC. That's the Raiders and the Broncos that day. And you can go to celebritygrudgematch.com. They are donating proceeds of that event to Frank. He's going to have the truck out there and everything. So anyway, so when I see Frank pop in, I got to do my due diligence since I'm his ambassador. I don't ever want him to get mad at me because he's from New York. Plus, you know who the Platters are, right?
Of course, yeah.
He was 10 years their lead singer.
No way.
Not the tribute band, tribute band, but the Platters, 10 years. This guy can carry a tune like there's nobody's business.
Whoa.
So, all right, so let's get back to it. A woman in Nevada bought a house and ended up owning a small town, all because of a copy-paste error. So this was July 2. A woman accidentally purchased a tiny town that has 84 properties while buying her home on, thank you, Frank, I just have to say that. On July 25th, the homeowner meant to purchase one property in Spanish Springs up in Reno, and the Washoe County's assessor's office told Insider the mistake was corrected on August 9th. So, all right, so she doesn't own a full city now, but imagine, you get your paperwork, you're thinking you're buying one home, and all of a sudden your deed comes back, you own 84, a town.
I would think, what are my taxes?
Yeah. That's right. That would be my first worry. Well, did you know, you know, for between here and Laughlin, when you go out 95 that way, there's that small town, Cal Navari, California, Nevada, Hawaii. It's Hawaii, Arizona. It's a little town. It was actually up for sale. You want to know how much they were selling it for?
What?
$17,000.
Oh, I would have taken it.
Right, right?
Oh, yeah.
Somebody did buy it, but I mean, it's worse than a blink and you'll miss it kind of town. And I say it's worse. You can't even have to blink and you'll miss it. But it was, listen, you never know what you're buying nowadays. You got to read the fine print. All right, last story or two. I didn't realize this was happening, but Siegfried and Roy, of course, the great entertainers. We lost Siegfried in 2021, and of course, Roy Horn passed away in 2020. They have a property over on Rainbow Boulevard and Rancho Drive. It was called Little Bavaria at the time. Covers 12 acres. Now, all their personal items and property and stuff that was inside was actually auctioned off in June, this past June in LA. So developers now, they want to purchase it in order to build some apartments. 334-unit, 4-story apartment complex on the east side. If approved, the project won't actually start until 2024.
Do they have a name for it?
I'm so glad you said that, because I was just thinking, what could they name? What would be an appropriate name for the complex if they want to honor Siegfried and Roy? You would
Big
think
Bavaria?
they would. Well, yeah, Little Bavaria
What?
maybe, but I don't know. There are so many options, which kind of makes it fun and unique. If you were in charge of this complex, I'd love to know what you would think. You would want to name the new apartment complex that will be built, if approved, on the former property of Siegfried and Roy, the great entertainers of Las Vegas. Okay, you know what time it is. It's time for our first break, because then when we come back, it's time to talk erotica with Lauren, Tom, and don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
This is the story of one man's incredible journey from 350 to 200-pound weight loss and his mission to help and inspire others. Aaron Phillips. People are praising Aaron's new book with 5-star reviews. Aaron's various humorous and wildly entertaining stories portray his rise as a sports announcer, his encounters with exotic and irregular entertainers on the Las Vegas Strip through his long-running Vegas Unwrapped radio show, and his contagious and positive style of pursuing success. Call now or visit our website or Amazon now to get your copy of Let My Voice Speak to You, stories from a Hall of Fame radio personality. Order now.
Studios, a unique multi-camera social media virtual content creators paradise. We offer high-end services using live streaming and film production for your personal or corporate, commercial or event and campaign needs. Pre-record or live stream to your audience on multiple social media platforms simultaneously. Fun and interactive with social media comments, phone lines, live remotes, audio Foley sounds, and Snapchat filters. Be creative, get recognized, and make money. We help you by providing an all in-house production team. Visit our website at golive.vegas.
Oh, welcome back. I almost said it. I almost said the wrong show. God, I hate that. When I was in Lake Havasu last week, you know how many times I said, they actually kept count how many times I accidentally said Las Vegas instead of Lake Havasu. Oh, you had to share it on screen, didn't you? Our good friend Frank Mazzaro offered up a suggestive name for the new apartment complex that will sit on, if approved, Siegfried and Roy's property. So you can send all your hate mail to Frank at, no, I'm only kidding. All right. Formally now, it is time for me to introduce my good friend Lauren Tallman. I've known her a minimum of 10 years for sure. Is that for her or is that for Frank's answer? Because you are a tiger. You are a tiger in the genre of erotica. Now,
Or a cougar.
Or cougar. Yeah, see? There you go. Do you have a cougar soundbite? Or panting? I could do that live if you want. I know. We're going to embarrass the crap out of Lauren here at some point.
We'll see.
I know.
We'll see.
When you write about what you do, I know there's no embarrassment. Anyway, let's put it this way.
There you go.
There you go. You've been writing a long time.
Yes, years.
You've also traveled around a lot around the world. We'll get into
Yes.
that in a little bit. So would it be safe to say, and I know it is because I used it in your promo, I took it off one of your books, the book that I'm reading right now, that your books, your thoughts and ideas come from all the years of traveling, the different places you've been, the different people you've met.
Oh, yes.
So sitting, there's a picture of the books right now. I'm currently reading Come Again, which is the one in the upper right-hand corner. And I'll tell you what, there's one story in there, the title, Having Sex at 63 or whatever it is. I'm telling you, anybody in that age genre, you would think she's got a camera in your room watching and took notes. So I'm just leaving it at that. But Harem of the Dragon, How to Have an Affair and Not Get Caught. That was the first book.
Yes.
And actually, when I pulled that out of my bag, you said it was the original because it was like a pocket-sized book. That was the original book, and now we have them here on the desk as well. Thank you for coming in.
Oh, pleasure.
This is so cool.
This is so good.
It's like,
years.
10 years, 10, 11 years. We
Yep.
last had you on, I think it was Vegas on Rap with Ricky Cash, where we first met you. And I think you created, Ricky and I think, got more red face blushing. With that, Kaylee Smith on Twitter says, this is Candidly Kaylee says, I'm going to Vegas next week. Lord, help me. Well, Kaylee, it depends on what you want to do, but if you want some suggestions, please feel free to email me through aaronshour.vegas, and I could certainly help guide you to do some good stuff. But we talked about it, and I think you created Ricky Cash and I to be as red-faced and sort of, not embarrassed, but like caught off guard with your topics.
People think erotica is something so, it is intense, but they take it more as a porn side. It's not. Erotica is a promise. It's something that's built up. It's something that you think about, you feel. You can't walk up to someone, you couldn't walk up to someone once and say, I'll buy you a drink.
Right.
It didn't work. What you did was you did this. You gave the look.
Right.
Now watch this. If I go over and say, excuse me, the minute I touch you, that's it.
But you're making that connection of sorts.
Exactly.
And
but
now
this is exactly.
Right.
You don't hear and you don't see.
Right.
You know that my fingers are on your
Right.
hand. That's erotica. It's the pull. It's the
Is it a
pressure.
tease? Can you say it's a tease in a way?
No, because teasing doesn't give you what you want.
Okay.
Erotica does. It does build up into something and then blooms out. But it's getting to someone. For instance, I was speaking to someone, she's over 90 years old, and when I asked her what it was like to go out when she was a teenager, think back what we're talking about, and she smiled, and it was almost like a Madonna, and I said to her, why are you smiling like that? She said, well, we couldn't do things that are done today,
Sure.
so we had to play the game.
Right.
We had to pull them forward to the look, the touch, and this whole thing all around it. Mm-hmm. It was the words, the erotica is a promise.
It's a different level of communication in a way, isn't it?
It is, because it's exciting,
Right.
but it's not in your face.
Right.
It's maybe is a little bit teasing, but not in a bad way. It's promising.
Right.
It's always promising. What?
No, I just have
Go
a million miles going on in my brain right now. 702-329-6947. Press the number 1. Call in, ask your questions, because there's plenty of. But now, how long have you been writing in this genre?
Oh, forever. It's what I do best. I just can't kill anybody. I can't do that. I don't write
What
westerns.
you do, though, you kill people with erotica in a good way. I don't mean, obviously, the real way.
Yes. In Harem of the Dragon, it's actually an historical novel with sensuous undertones. Now, I have to write that. I'm doing all my book covers over again because, and I'm sorry, but it's mostly Americans, when the minute they see erotica, they put the book down.
Right.
Any place else in the world, they go, whoa, this is cool. These books have been sold all over.
Yes.
My website, people from Madagascar went into my website. Pakistan, I didn't know they could. And they did, and because this is erotica. And
They have to read it
change
under brown cover. That's why you can't
Well,
see it.
the How to Have an Affair Not Caught is always given in a little brown bag,
Right.
like the old times. But
Is this a kissing book?
No.
But like you say, in harem, there's some death in there.
Sure.
Yeah, someone had to die, people had to live. But in every chapter, you have your erotic
Right.
part in it. But again, because it's a book, erotica has to be a damn good story.
Sure.
If you don't have a story, there's nothing there. You see porn, you read a paragraph. You don't remember what you saw or what you read 2 minutes
Right.
later. Read Harem of the Dragon. You'll tell your friends about it because
Right.
the story is damn good.
Now,
but it has things.
Now, unlike the book that I was sharing, the other book that I'm reading right now, where it's each chapter is a little story, little snippet of its written story.
Yeah.
Is that one written the same way, or is it a full
This
story
one-
cover to cover?
No. Come Again. I love that title. Come Again.
That's every man's wish. Anyway, bang. Oh, you were on cue
and
that
women,
time. Very good.
And women, excuse me.
There you go.
He thinks he knows. Come Again are some stories of my anthology. This Taste the Kiss, Feel the Fire. I have the Erotic Writers Group of Las Vegas
Yes.
here now, 8 years. We meet once a month. The writing is phenomenal. And I turned to many of them and I said, you know what? Till now, you're writers.
We actually
But
have a
you
call
should-
coming in.
Yes, but you should be authors. So now they are.
There you go. I know who it is. It's my buddy Richie in Minnesota. Good afternoon, my friend. How are you?
Hey, very good. It's Richie. Something struck me when she touched you and you touched her.
Okay, it struck you. Imagine what it struck me, but go ahead.
Well, you know what it is? Lauren hit me right away between the eyes with its six senses all firing at one time, like a six-cylinder
Oh,
engine.
yes.
And
Absolutely.
that's what it's all about, baby. And I watched the two of you interact. She's got the accent, which I love. Oh, my
What accent?
God, that accent.
What accent?
Let's bring it on.
Do you want me to see? Do you want to see me touch him again? I can
Yeah,
do
well,
that.
would you, please?
Yeah,
Oh,
you see,
I'm watching.
it
Oh,
works
hey,
so-
come on.
Yeah, but now we're losing him. We're
It's
losing him.
when
Come
you
back,
rub-
come back, come
when,
back.
When you rub the tummy of an alligator, that's what puts them asleep, right? It's
Alligator?
kind of
Is that
down.
what you thought of?
God,
Al?
you too. All right.
I'm not doing
Well,
that.
good.
You want to rub my tummy until I fall asleep? Anyway.
Bet he wouldn't fall asleep.
No, no, I'm getting,
Anyway, listen,
Anyway.
a
Yes.
lot of what's in Aaron's book, he's got a postscript that you haven't seen it yet. Oh, my gosh. Does he talk about you, Lauren? Oh, my God. My heart be still. I'm leaving right now.
Oh, thank you, buddy.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Drive the bus right over my back. Thank you, buddy. Richie. Yeah, Frank Pizarro, what is happening? I don't know what's happening. You know me. I just go with the flow around here. Richie, good friend of mine. He follows us. I've yet to meet him in person, but he's been part of our shows. He follows everything that I do, and thank you, Richie. Actually, he just got my book. I just sent him a book out. Purchased my book, a hard copy. Yeah,
No,
so,
you didn't give a copy of your book to everybody.
no,
Excuse me.
what are you talking about? I know somebody else I gave it to.
You didn't give. Oh, you did. You did. Sorry. Yeah,
Somebody got it at lunch I was with that day named
Yes.
Lauren Tallman.
You see, having lunch with you was so overpowering that I couldn't remember.
Yeah, exactly. It's touching me.
It's touching.
The energy. You know,
Yeah,
I
okay.
do have a favor to ask. By the way, everybody,
Yes.
so listen to this. And this is a great idea for my producer, Aaron. So I'm going back to those who purchased a book of mine. And again, I want to thank everybody. I'm asking that somebody take a picture of you reading the book. I don't want you just standing and holding the book.
Mm-hmm.
Get it, however you do it. Post it on your page.
Yep.
Tag me in it, but I need also a hashtag added. Hashtag Aaron Phillips. Because hashtags are more universally searched and found on Google than tags on Facebook. So if you have purchased my book and you're within the sound of my voice, if you purchased it on Kindle, that's okay. Just open up your iPad. I don't really care if you have it on Kindle or not. It doesn't matter to me unless you want to show it. But if you can do that, take a picture, post on your page, and then we're going to just kind of collect all of that and hope a groundswell happens. So you should probably
Nice.
do the same thing, especially since your Amazon page got shit canned.
Amazon, to make it very simple.
Very simple.
Their computer saw something red and deleted me immediately. But when I say deleted, they deleted their delete. If it ever happens to you, you should know beforehand. When people give you reviews, I should have copied my reviews. I had 18 5-star reviews for Harem of the Dragon. People, most of them people I never met before.
Sure.
And it's lost. I don't know who to turn to. I can't get my records. And by the way, any royalty made from that point on, they keep. They won't even, they don't
But you don't even know what would be sold
No.
after that when you're deleted.
No,
to,
I'm out. I couldn't get,
Jeez.
lawyers couldn't get in touch with them. So this is where I stand right now, doing all this on my own, and I am.
which is why you need to go to Lauren's page on Facebook. Can you bring up her page again, sir, so that folks can see it if you're interested in one or all the books? Which is now, if someone buys all four together, is there an order that they should read them, or is each book all independent and doesn't matter?
Just enjoy them. Just enjoy them. Each one is different.
So there's Lauren's page. You'll recognize it by those eyes that she has on her cover photo there. Sensual eyes. Look at those eyes. They're telling a story just without even saying a word. Look at that. So go to her page. All of her information. Just message her. Tell her you're interested in one or all the books, whatever you want. I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to make an offer just for you. Just for you.
Yeah.
Anybody reaches out to you to purchase one or all of your books, but they reach you and they make a purchase, I will send them one of my books autographed for free.
Bravo.
So how's that?
Wonderful.
Okay?
Do
Get
it. It's
one
good.
or four, I don't care. She's going to message me saying, Richie purchased all 4 books, although he's got a book of mine. I'll send him another one he can give away to somebody. I don't care.
Good.
So if anybody orders any one of Lauren's books, I will throw in an autographed copy of my book, Let My Voice Speak to You. So, all right?
Wonderful.
All
Look
right.
for it.
We're at the bottom of the hour already.
Yes.
So you know what? I'm going to
The
go
bottom
through
of anything is good.
this.
Keep going.
I can't. So we're going to keep going. I'm just going to I'm going to do a reset. Just remind everybody that you are watching Aaron's Hour with Aaron Phillips, come to you live at Go Live Vegas Studios in the heart of Las Vegas, Nevada. Not only is it warm outside, but it's getting pretty toasty inside this studio, sitting next to Lauren. Not the real way. I just gave Aaron a heart attack thinking it was getting hot in here, but a different kind. Maybe I should say steamy. With erotica author Lauren Tallman. So we're going to go through until quarter of. I'll play my second round at quarter of, and then we get to play my favorite game with you. Okay. Actually, I should mix them in right now. You know what? So while I pull out my questions, let's see. You have the group in Vegas. How many members do you have in that group that you were talking about before?
My own mailing list is 65 people.
And they're all in Vegas.
They're all in, no.
Oh, they're all
Somewhere
over.
Yep, because for the last few years we've been on Zoom because of COVID. And this, just last week,
Gotcha.
we had the first Zoom human meeting. We did it together and it worked. Everybody came to my home. They were on Zoom. It worked. I was so frightened it wouldn't. Everybody read. Everybody critiques. They enjoyed it so much.
It's an area where authors can share ideas, help
Yes.
each other.
Oh yes,
right?
absolutely.
And support.
The support, the critiquing is brilliant. They speak to each other. They talk. They advise. They give suggestions. And they're brilliant at it because they all want to help each other because they're all such good writers. I have to admit, they're brilliant writers.
So, okay. So here's what I want to ask you before I ask my true question. I touched upon the fact that you've traveled. Let's give our listeners an idea of where you've been so they get an idea of the vast experiences in life that have given you the tools to do what you do.
Okay, born in Lithuania, from there to Italy, from Napoli to the United States, to New York, from New York to Israel. I stayed there half my life. Came back to the United States, to Las Vegas. So I pretty much hit every melting pot that you can get to. People from all over, from every aspect, every country.
So in the back cover where I use that part of the promo announcing you're coming here, where you sit down and you talk to people about their adventures or wherever you get
Oh my
to.
dear, no, wait a minute.
So
But
please
before you-
clarify that.
Let me make this straight. I sit there, I write this, I love it, and eventually I'll watch somebody coming toward me and I think, don't tell me, and they tell me something. I'm not your psychiatrist. I'm not supposed to be here, but they're so open. They finally can speak to someone. They can tell about their affair, which you're not supposed to. How to have an affair and not get caught. The main idea here is to keep a secret.
Sure.
And it's hard. Don't tell your brother, your hairdresser. Don't tell your barber. You can't.
Well, how do they know to come up to you to share those stories? Like in an airport? In a restaurant? I mean...
Anyway, I meet someone, and usually people say, oh, this is Lauren Tallman. She wrote the book, How to Have an Affair and Not Get
Gotcha.
Caught.
So through an introduction.
And right away you see they go, and I think, don't tell me, and they tell me. But the thing is, when I was writing it, when I thought to write it, it started out a little bit as a joke, where it turned into a book.
Sure.
And I turned to literally everyone I knew in the world and said, I blind CC'd everyone. I said, if you were to have an affair, what would be your biggest problem? Please do not tell me personal things. Everybody sent me personal things, but they sent me so many problems. I said, problems. I said, these people need a book. And that's how it started.
That's crazy. I mean, you just don't know where conversations lead.
Oh,
You may
I
not
do.
want to hear. Well, now you do. Yes. It's led to a series of 4 successful books. So here's one of my curveball questions.
Yes.
If a movie were made about you, who would you want to star in your role as you?
Whoa.
I asked some tough questions around here.
Mama.
That's why I asked.
I
them
don't
off the
like
cuff.
Meryl Streep.
I didn't ask who you don't want.
Who I would.
Who would you-
That's
who would you
hard.
want?
That's difficult.
What did you think I was going to ask you? If a movie was made about, and then
I
you,
thought the book. I thought
Nah.
a book. No, forget the books, right?
I don't-
Of me, I can't imagine. It would have to be someone who speaks several languages.
okay,
Someone who doesn't get flustered quickly. Someone who can do that. Whoa, I'd have to.
Well, think about
well,
that
last
one.
time you called me a cougar, that left me.
I
that
flustered
threw-
you with that one.
Yeah, that threw
Gal
me for a
Gadot?
few weeks. You know, I thought to myself, whoa, I'm a cougar.
Oh, you mean after
Yeah, I never thought of myself as that.
we had lunch a couple of weeks ago to catch up, and we had an interesting conversation. And let's just say that one of those questions that I was asked by Lauren, that was my response, was cougar, and you can all just leave it at that. Okay, so now you obviously write about erotica, but what books do you read for yourself? Do you read erotica, or do you just go into
Constantly.
even for yourself for enjoyment, or you read it to get other ideas?
Actually,
or?
other ideas. And I hate to say this, you can read even the worst book, but you'll have that one line that you steal.
Right.
You know, and one day my daughter was leaving the house, and my eyes were closing, and I, without thinking, I said, you know, thinking about sex all day long is so tiring. And she looked at me, turned around, and just walked away. And I thought, I can't believe I did that.
Yeah, that's not something you want your children to hear, I would guess.
Oh, wait, how about when your grandchildren look at your library and they go, what's this? And I said, it's a reference. And they went,
You know, when you have kids, you have to child-proof your house for a lot of things.
Oh.
You'd have to child-proof your library, wouldn't you?
They
Or put a
ask-
sign over your door like NC-17 or something.
oh, you get that's when they'll come in. It's like begging them to come
Right,
in.
there must be something in there they don't want me to see, like
Oh.
Christmas presents or stuff hidden somewhere. What is your favorite market?
My favorite market.
Well, that's what it says. What is your favorite? Who is? Oh, I'm
Okay.
sorry. Who is your favorite market?
Okay,
Who,
you're not
what?
going to believe this. You're not going to believe this because I
I
speak
took
to so
notes.
many because I speak to so many people of all ages. It's the older ones because they deal with erotica. They had to deal with erotica. Like I was saying, today you woke up and go, "Can I buy you a drink?" You couldn't do that once. You had to have the contact. You have to have the little look. You had to have the touch. You had to have the wording. You had to be erotic without realizing you were being erotic. You were pulling them toward you. I wanted this guy, and I didn't know who he was. I saw a girl walking toward him, and I just walked up to him, stepped on his foot, and kept going. And I said, I'm so sorry. And I put my hand on his, and we went out.
And now you're married, right?
No.
Oh,
that's-
okay, it was different.
Sorry. Long time ago. But you did these certain things,
Sure.
and it was the connection.
Right.
Because it's a promise. Erotica is a promise that does come to something. It's not a tease.
Right.
It's erotica, but it's tense and it's exciting, and it makes your mind whirl. And when you read it or when you feel, you do not hear anything around you.
I have been asked by my good friend Jennifer in Hawaii, so I'm going to have to rely on you if you will allow me to do this, and I'll have to make it your choice. She says, Aaron, can you read a page out loud?
Absolutely.
So you pick the book, what page, or do you want me to just pick on my
Harem
own?
of the Dragon.
That's on the end over there?
Yep.
All right, so I got to reach. Oh. There we go. Hopefully not dropping anything. So you pick a page or whatever so I can. Jennifer's one of my longtime fans, so if Jennifer asks, I must accommodate.
I wonder if I would have asked him something if he would have
Well,
accommodated.
listen, Do you want me to read it or do you want Lauren
You know
to read it? I think she wants me to read it.
Yeah.
Which, am I just reading this first page?
This first paragraph, because
Okay.
this is what erotica leads.
my
This
God.
is how it starts.
This is page 1, folks. All right, so it's out of the book called Harem of the Dragon, and the title is called The Boy. Should I read it in my sexy voice? Whatever that is. Sorry. Okay, here we go. My name meant nothing as a child. Oh, he's got the echo in my headset now. Midwives chose the name Long, which meant dragon. I was given the prestigious name when they saw my unusually elongated member. Little did I know this beast would be lost to me. A eunuch has no need for such a thing. From early on, I was called boy or skinny one by my father, being the youngest in a large family. China's elite thrived and lived with or near the emperor. But for most of us, the masses, the menial workers, we lived in hovels across the land. We rarely had enough to eat. I wore no shirt. This was an extravagance for our firstborn and the few that followed. By the time it came to me, there's nothing left that could cover my back. Shoes were a luxury that none of us possessed. Our feet were perpetually covered with dirt. When the rains came, the ground turned to muck. Stepping deep into it, the mud covered us to our ankles. My brothers and I would laugh, putting our feet out to one another. During the emperor's yearly birth celebrations, we saw drawings of the imposing man dressed in flowing robes of royal gold and yellows colors, denied to any other being in China. Seeing his black footings, we pretended we were wearing such stockings and shoes and pranced about, chins and chests high. Short pants were a must, no matter how poor the family. We covered ourselves out of common decency, though to be as poor and not even own short pants was a humiliation that came to more families than I cared to remember. With that, we're going to step aside for our break because I need to cool down. You're watching Aaron's Hour with Aaron Phillips. Jennifer, I hope that worked for you. We'll be right back. Well, no.
This is the story of one man's incredible journey from 350 to 200-pound weight loss and his mission to help and inspire others. Aaron Phillips. People are praising Aaron's new book with 5-star reviews. Aaron's various humorous and wildly entertaining stories portray his rise as a sports announcer, his encounters with exotic and irregular entertainers on the Las Vegas Strip through his long-running Vegas Unwrapped radio show, and his contagious and positive style of pursuing success. Call now or visit our website or Amazon now to get your copy of Let My Voice Speak to You, stories from a Hall of Fame radio personality. Order now.
Go Live Vegas Studios, a unique multi-camera social media virtual content creators paradise. We offer high-end services using live streaming and film production for your personal or corporate, commercial or event and campaign needs. Pre-record or live stream to your audience on multiple social media platforms simultaneously. Fun and interactive with social media comments, phone lines, live remotes, audio Foley sounds, and Snapchat filters. Be creative, get recognized, and make money. We help you by providing an all in-house production team. Visit our website at golive.vegas.
Gee, I almost knocked over the microphone.
Welcome back to Aaron's Hour. If you have that tweet, that would be pretty cool to put up there. Aaron Phillips, along with my good friend Lauren Tallman. If you just missed me reading the first page of Harem of the Dragon, you got to get the rest of the book just to see how it ends. And you can't cheat by going to the end because it's not there. There you go. Jennifer McCord, you're welcome, Jennifer. If you want to get the books, Lauren Tallman on Facebook, that's what you got to do. Okay? Jennifer, if you decide to buy a book, I'll send you a second book and you give it away to somebody. How's that? If you buy her books and you get another one of mine. Okay. So somebody during Breakthrough Twitter said, I need to have sex now. It's nice to know my voice can do that to people. And your words, of course.
All right.
You know what? If you ever want to do, seriously, if you ever want to take your books and, hey.
Oh.
Well, they have yoga with the goat. Why not sex with the goat? But anyway.
Yoga?
Yeah, they have yoga with goat. Honestly, the goats come out, and while you're doing yoga and you're on, like...
Oh, and they step on your back and all that?
Yeah, no, not... I would never do that.
Yeah, all right.
That I would not do. I do yoga, but not that. Anyway, have you ever considered your books going to voice recordings, like audiobooks?
Yes, absolutely, especially the Harem of the Dragon. Absolutely. The other ones, like I say, they're anthologies. How to Have an Affair and Not Get Caught. Absolutely. Cute little thing. Cute little book. That little book took so much research. It's
talking.
It's a how-to book. It's how to have an affair. It's how to change your tire. How to change the plumbing. This is how to have an affair and not get caught.
Change the plumbing?
It's that simple.
Wait a minute.
Well, it's simpler to change the plumbing than this.
So here,
It's just other plumbing.
which? Oh my God! DIY show right here, ladies and gentlemen. So as I asked you about doing audiobooks, Jennifer says that I should read them as audiobooks, as audible books. So if you ever need a voice, I mean, I know somebody. So when I first met Lauren, which one is this one right here?
The skinny one. Yep.
Let's see if I can reach in there. So there we go.
It was relaunched for a reason. I'll tell you why in a
Okay.
sec.
So, you know, it's a small book in terms of size and comparison. Give me that one. Give me the harem book. So I want. It is.
Yes, it is.
Here you go.
Yes, it does.
So you can see the size differential, and in this case, the size does matter because you get more stories here. But anyway, so you can see the difference in the books, and I'll turn them sideways. You can see that. So when I first met Lauren 10 or so years ago on my first show, here was the original book. Okay? Literally a pocket book that you can put in a purse or whatever, or maybe even in a back pocket. And you can look at that cover. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a man and a lady kind of getting undressed, getting ready to have their affair. Well, times have changed. You're going to share us right now as to why you relaunched it to a very different look to the book.
You won't believe it. But every time I met someone, he said, okay, what's your market? We were working on my site and everything. And one day he came and he said, what's your market? And I said, oh, people are getting older, but they start out older. Let's say 35 to 65. He said, well, how about 18? And that's this little part here. Millennials, what happened, to make a very long story short, they came into a whole new era. We're not going to buy houses. We're not going to have relationships,
right,
et cetera, et cetera. But they wanted to be with someone. And when they wanted to, they had to keep it a secret from their friends because their friends would say, what you doing? You're doing
right,
what your parents did. And they bought my book. They would go into the site to find out how to have an affair.
Right.
These were they were anything from 18 to 21. We couldn't believe it.
So the updated cover, obviously you saw the difference where it's got a set of lips with a finger over the lips like shh, but
Yep.
also there is a stamp-like look right here where it basically says updated for the, what did you have on here? The Y and Z generation. So this book, you'll learn tips and guidelines that are crucial to having an affair and not getting caught. On sale now at Lauren Tallman through her Facebook page. So anyway, you got to get it. Get it! That's what I'm telling you to do. Just get them. You will not be disappointed in reading the books and really enjoying other people's stories.
Not only that, I have to give something away and how to have an affair and not get caught at the end. People say to me, don't tell, but it's true. The last paragraph is, do it with the person that you're with. You had an affair before. You loved each other before. You couldn't wait to meet each other. You remember
Sure.
going for half an hour to see somebody for 5 minutes and just get that kiss?
Mm-hmm.
But you don't do it anymore. You stop. Have an affair again. Buy the sexy clothes. Meet in a place that nobody knows where the two of you are.
Right.
Go. Be sensual. Be happy. You don't need someone else to have an affair.
And there's different stages in life, and it's interesting to say that
Oh,
because
yeah.
when both my daughters, having twins, they both left the house literally at the same time. After that point, being married 25 years, whatever it was, or something like that, now I've got the whole house empty, and it's just my wife and I.
And you can run around naked and dance.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying we didn't do that, but yeah, la 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 la. But it was like dating all over again because for
Yes.
18 years,
Yes.
our world evolved around our kids and running to school and shows and plays and blah, blah, blah. Now all of a sudden we ain't doing that. We got all this extra time. It's like, hi, I'm Aaron. Who are you? And you start over.
But people forget that when you're sitting in a movie theater, didn't you sort of like move your hand over? a little
Sure,
bit?
yeah. It's the first
She's
time
in-
guys touched a gal in a
Yeah,
spot that they
but
only
they don't
dream of.
do it anymore.
Well, now you're in those lounger chairs. It kind of maybe I guess you could do other things.
Well, I could.
Maybe you can
never
do some
mind.
other things in those
Never
chairs.
mind. Yeah, thinking about that.
Hold on, my buddy Richard must be playing with my seat because all of a sudden I went down by itself. Anyway, so yeah, it is very true what you just said. I mean, there are going to be stages in life where you kind of go there. You and I had a conversation about my house at lunch, and I won't delve into that because she may be watching. But and I think after a while, just human nature says you kind of get into a rut at
Yeah.
times, right? And we get so used to doing the same thing. And I see the white light, Mr. Aaron. You see that? Okay. Through the door.
Are we supposed to go through that light?
No,
or
we're not
something?
going. No, that light. We are not going through in that light because that would not be good. So, all right. So let me throw some of these other questions out at you. The goofy, silly one. Did you come up with a name as to who you'd like to be in your stead
No,
in a
I
movie?
can't. I have to think this one through.
Okay. So let me throw this one. Let me take that actress question and turn it around. Who is your favorite actress of all time?
You're really throwing me here. There are a couple of them.
Give me one. First one that
Quite
comes
a
to
few.
mind.
I hate saying Meryl Streep because I don't
Well,
like
you
her.
said you don't like her.
I don't
So
like
how
her.
could she be your favorite?
Well, she's a good actress. I just don't
Oh,
like
okay.
her. You know something? This is no joke.
How's your
You really
favorite?
call-
How about your favorite actor?
Ah.
So I figured that would
Yeah.
be easier.
Okay, you have Robert Redford is a great director. Kevin Costner, great director. I don't think the two of them can act their way out of a paper bag.
Robert Redford, you don't think so?
No, I never liked him in any movie.
Not even in The Sting?
No.
Or
No.
Butch and Sundance?
Oh, no, I couldn't stand that one. Yeah, and it was also the movies they picked. Their name was out there. It wasn't a great movie.
So far you told me who you don't like.
It's hard. You really threw me on
I
this. I can't
do.
imagine.
There's a Okay, I'll keep going for it. I'll keep saving you on this one.
Oh, he's going to put me through it. Okay.
Of course I am. Everybody goes through it. Your favorite all-time movie. Show that. Now, and I'm going to elongate the description to give you time to think about it.
Okay. I can tell you right now.
Okay, your favorite all-time movie is?
Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind.
I read the book.
I don't give a damn. What's the name of your movie?
I read the book 15 times.
Okay.
Because each time I read it, I saw the characters differently.
Okay.
Everybody says, Scarlett O'Hara is the strong one. No, she's the one of the weakest ones.
Right.
The one who's portrayed as the weakest one, Melanie, she's the strongest character. You don't see this. When I watched the movie, I thought to myself, my God, they actually got that right.
Wow.
So they didn't, mess it up.
That's a different take. Favorite music genre?
Oh, gosh, the 60s.
Okay. What?
And anything.
Okay.
Anything. It's all because of memories.
Okay.
It's the memories. It isn't the different artists are saying it's the time period.
Okay.
I
So
hear
certain
anything
songs bring you back to that.
Oh
to
yeah,
that
I had
era.
a great time then.
Gotcha. All right. So along that
Don't
line.
ask me why. Yeah.
Well, most people forget why at that time. So anyway, along that line,
Yes.
here you are. You're sitting at a red light.
Okay.
Song comes on the radio. You just have to start singing
Oh
to it.
yes, I sang
You-
for years also.
You don't. Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
You don't care what anybody is seeing inside your car.
no. Oh, heck
as
no.
you're bebopping to a song, that song is
Me.
by who?
Oh, by who? I just get into the song. Oh no, again. You see, because I sang for so many years, all these. If it was music, I'll sing it.
You
And
don't
it
care.
didn't matter. No, it didn't matter. I was in choruses. I was with friends with different age groups and different time periods. It was music, and again, music is erotic. It's erotic up there. The touch, the feel. He wants to kiss her, he gets her, loses her, he gets her back. That's it. It's all
Especially the
erotic.
stripper song. It's all about music. Anyway,
Da-da-da-da-da.
is it? But I had this in my mind. But what you're alluding to, humans like contact.
Yes.
Majority of the time, we like that physical
Yes,
contact, the touch of a
absolutely.
hand,
They
and all
need
that
it.
stuff.
They need
And
it.
that's what ignites. Now, the eye contact across a room, a flirt with an eye,
Yeah.
that's a connection. But there's nothing better than some sort of human touch.
Yeah, like
Quick
when I
hit.
stepped on the guy.
Like we're just, well, that might have hurt. He might have forgotten about that. But okay, next question. Favorite bucket list vacation spot, which may
Oh.
be tough for you because you've been all over the world.
I'm dying to go to Italy, around the ruins. I have pictures of myself as a baby over there. I'd like to go back there to see the fountains. Egypt, I would love to go. Though it's a problem because I have an Israeli passport. Back to Israel, I go once a year.
Okay.
But anything that has to do with once, because you realize they weren't that different than us.
Yeah.
At
yeah,
any
that's
time period.
Very true. Very true. Favorite meal, top to bottom, starting with an appetizer.
Eggplant parmesan. I don't want anything else. Don't give me appetizers.
No salad.
No, nothing.
Nothing.
Get it
Eggplant.
out of there.
Skin or no skin?
Skin, but you have to know how to cut it properly.
My wife doesn't like the skin on eggplant.
Really? No.
Yeah.
It depends if it's male or female. The eggplant is
Male or female eggplant?
Yes. Yes. One
How do you
has
tell the
seeds-
difference?
No seeds with seeds. Don't go there. What can I tell you?
I'm just thinking about that little piece
I
at the end of the egg.
cook. I
The
cook.
the
I know
stalk
this.
at the end of the eggplant is what I was thinking about to tell this me. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's got seeds.
But
Anyway,
you see, I say something and
Right.
that's what people do. They come to me and they tell me stuff. and they
absolutely. What's up? There you go. Oh, we're an eggplant now. There you go.
Oh, that's too funny.
There you
That
go.
is too funny. Do you know why they call it an eggplant?
I'm
By the
afraid
way-
to ask.
No, because when it first starts, it starts out as this little oval white thing, and then it turns colors.
Oh, really?
So they thought it was an egg.
Why do you know something like that?
I know a lot of stuff. You'd be surprised.
No, I'm not surprised. Okay, next question for you.
Yes.
So, do you drink anything with that meal? Favorite drink or?
I like rum. I
like
must
rum?
have been a pirate in a previous age, but I love rum. a little bit spiced, but a clean rum with some pineapple. Ooh.
You obviously haven't thought about that very much, have
That's
you?
the only thing I drink. I'm allergic to fermented, so I can't have beer or wine. I love wine. I can't drink it. So unfortunately, I have to drink vodka, rum, gin. Oh, no.
Did you hear how she said vodka?
Oh,
Had that
vodka.
little European flair,
Vodka.
right?
Yeah, vodka.
Who is it? Chekhov on Star Trek. Remember Star Trek?
Oh, I
right?
loved him.
Had
yeah.
that
oh,
Russian
I
accent.
related to him immediately. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Vodka. Vodka. I think he used to say it, vodka.
He would say vodka.
Right?
Depends on what area.
Exactly.
You're from.
But that is just his accent in the show. He's not like that. He's one of us, I believe, in real life.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. I remember. And his
Yeah.
son. Yeah, his son was gorgeous.
Okay, here's a question for you. If you could
Here we go.
win an Olympic medal for any sport, real or fake, what would it be?
Having sex.
Having sex. There you go. Gold medal winner. Right here.
I can't imagine. I don't do sports. Nothing. I can't ride a bike.
Well, sex
I
is a
fall-
sport, isn't it? You work out. You burn calories.
Not that many.
You
actually.
you got to be flexible like a
Oh
gymnast.
hell yeah!
You know?
Don't, and do not look at Kama Sutra. You will
I've-
break a leg.
yes.
You cannot. No, there's no.
Make sure your life insurance is paid up and got 911 on speed dial for that one. So, let's see. God, I have so many. What's one hobby you'd love to get into that you're not doing?
Oh,
Or because you write so much, what is a hobby you'd like to do if you had more time?
ride horses.
Really?
Yeah, I learned to do it. I worked under a lot of pressure. I worked in international companies, wealthy international companies. The pressure every single day was something. And once in a while I would say, if we can get through this, I'm going to ride a horse.
There you go.
You know, and one day I said, I'm going to ride a horse. And I went there and I started riding.
That's like me with doing jump rope.
Oh, no,
I could never jump rope.
I fall down.
But in
can't do-
CrossFit, I learned and taught myself. Now that when I lost all the weight, because I wasn't embarrassed, I now taught myself how to. Wilmer.
Oh, God.
You know, my last name, Phillips. If you take the S off of it, Philip.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that for Latin that means? Lover of horses.
Oh.
I love horses from afar. Don't
Oh,
ask
no
me to
wonder I
ride
was
one
so,
because they
no
don't
wonder
like
I
it.
was so.
Oh, baby. Take me out to the paddock now. Two last questions for you. Number one, favorite superhero, Batman or Superman? Be sure you answer this.
Superman. Superman. No,
Well,
no,
turn
no,
off her
Batman.
microphone.
Superman
Thank you for-
could fly.
Well, so
I
can
wanna
Batman.
fly. Batman can't fly.
Sure he can. With
No,
robes, he could fly.
No, you hear that, and it gets another.
The what? That's Spider-Man that does a.
No, you hear the. Then he just goes up there and I can do that. I can do
That's
that.
his
as well.
Gatling gun.
I want Superman to take him just like you took Lois Lane up into the sky. Oh no.
I had
That
such
is
hopes
so-
for you.
Oh no.
Last question. I know I'm banging the table when I shouldn't be. It's my show. I don't care. Oh, there you go. See? All right.
Oh, that's so funny.
There you go. There you go.
That
Flying
is
around.
funny.
Perfect.
That's funny.
That's good. There you go. Got to get her in the superhero pose. Last question.
Not going to
before-
get me in that outfit, that's for sure.
Anyway. Okay, last question for
You
you.
didn't see what he did.
What did I do? All I did was I straightened up in my chair. All right, here you go. God.
Yes.
The mind is such a wonderful thing to waste.
Oh, it's wonderful.
So final question for you. This has a little serious, more of a serious little tone to it. The day you come to the white pearly gates, the maitre d' is standing there waiting for you. What is it you want to hear the maitre d' say before they let you in?
That I was that good a person.
There you have it. Nice, short, and sweet. You are off the official hot seat. Thank
Oh,
you for
I
playing.
love the hot
I
seat.
know you do. I thought about not even saying it because I knew it wouldn't make you blip at all. So, all right, we only have a couple of minutes left. Give the.
Oh, my eyes splash.
He's got you as an angel.
is
You got
so-
a halo over your head, and you got weird eyes right now.
Oh, the eyes and
So you never know what he does with Snapchat. Can be a fun thing, but with him, it's an evil thing.
with those eyes, I should have had a tail.
That would be a devil's tail, wouldn't it?
Yes. Yes.
Well, how can you have a devil's tail when you got a halo over your head?
Who would? You keep the halo.
Wow. Jennifer, thank you, my friend. This was an excellent show. Remember, look up Lauren on her Facebook page, Lauren Tallman. 4 great books. Go over the titles. Tell them what they can get. I didn't mean to stump you. They're your books.
First of all, Harem of the Dragon. Then How to Have an Affair and Not Get Caught. Taste the Kiss, Feel the Fire, and Come Again.
There you go. Take that for what it's worth. Again, if you order any of her books at any time, starting today, I will throw in an autographed copy of my book, Let My Voice Speak to You, for free, telling my story of going from 354 pounds to about 212 before the pandemic. COVID-19 has given me the COVID-20 that I continue to work back off, but that's okay. Also, my book is about motivation, laughter, and education. So check that out. As well as, quite frankly, Lauren's books. We're having a good time talking about it, but there is reality behind the stories she tells. So if you read the stories and enjoy them, first of all, stay close to a cold shower just in case. But if you read the stories as she presents them, you will learn stuff that you can do in your everyday life to enjoy your life with somebody better.
Yes.
Including having an affair and not getting caught. Anyway, Lauren Tallman, Facebook, get her books now because Aaron Phillips said so.
Thank you.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you.
I don't know if I can say goodbye, but I will. Thank you for watching.
Oh, thank
I
you.
have no idea who's. Hey, Frau Blucher is in the room. You like that one?
Yes.
I have no idea who's my guest for next week because right now I don't care because I'm touching Lauren. Anyway, no, I do know. I have a singer coming on next week. No, I don't. That's the final week. I have no idea. Stay on my Facebook page. I have no idea why.
Messed you up, didn't I?
You did. So whoa. You know what? Wiley's playing games over there. Oh, I got it. Cleveland DeWolf, the owner of Cleveland's up in Boulder City, where our good friend Mark Maynard performs on a regular basis. He'll be joining me because he's got a great background story as well. Thank you for everybody tuning in. Thank you for watching, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Go Live Vegas mobile app. Check her books out, Lauren Tallman. Thank you very much for watching. Be safe this weekend. As I always say when I sign off, be kind to everybody. Why is that? Well, we have. Thank you for watching. Aaron Zara. See you next week right here. Go Live Vegas!